Okay, good morning. Yesterday I sprayed this with 2K. Um, the instructions to the hydro dipping film state that it is best to do the dipping on a freshly painted surface, meaning within 24 hours when it comes to lacquer and whatnot. Hydro dipping is not will not work on enamel. This is 2K finish. I am giving it a sand to take out all the lumps and bumps and dust and whatnot, because you don't want those in there. This will also help promote better adhesion of the film to the surface. So I'm going to give it a little sanding with 400 grit dry. You could wet sand it, I suppose. I don't think that's necessary. So we're going to hydro dip it, and I need to get the water up to a temperature of about 80 degrees. That will be somewhere in the middle of the recommended range. I figure that'll be a safe bet. The temperature helps. When you spray the activator onto the film, it will. If the temperature is on the warmer side, you want to activate the film. You don't want to dissolve it. You don't want to over-activate it. 80 degrees should promote activation, and then you want it to evaporate a bit, some. If you over activate it, it'll dissolve the image on the film, and it'll ruin the whole thing. So, a little build up a finish around here. I'll try to smooth that out. Okay. Get that nice and smooth. Don't want any pits in there that may create any bubbles, air bubbles. Hey, birdie. Okay. Get these areas in here. If any little pits. And mounding up around, sometimes it'll mound up around the edge here. You want to get that knocked down. Okay, I think we're looking pretty good. On to the next stage. Okay, so I went to Home Depot and purchased a nice brand new storage bin here. It's nice and thick and tough. I think it'll hold the water without busting. So I'm doing this in my kitchen because, well, I need to have control the temperature of the water. So I also, we have it set fairly low in the house to save money. So I'll need a little bit warmer. It's been sitting for a day or so. I keep it covered to keep the dust from collecting on the water. I am boiling a big pot of a lobster pot full of nice hot water, and the temperature needs to be about 80 degrees or so. Let's see what we got. We have 71, so that's not enough. We're going to add a pot of boiling water to here. Better to have it warmer than not warm enough. It won't hydrate properly, and it won't evaporate the accelerator properly. So 80 degrees is a good number. Okay, here we have the products that we will be using. This is the film. Black paisley. It's kind of a, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if we can. It's like a, not really a paisley, it's paisley-ish. It's got kind of a Celtic Viking sort of slant to it. Paisley with a dash of Viking, which I kind of like. Here, let's try it. Let's take a look, see how it, sort of preview here. It's going to be black on silver. Make sure you can see it. I can zoom in on it. You know, kind of cool. And so my concept for this is to do this in the paisley pattern, and I will probably do like a black burst around the edge there to tie everything together and soften the edges. When I take the tape off, I've taped everything off on the body that I don't want the film to adhere to. And there, like that. There. Okay, so next step is that we're going to cut out a piece of this. We're going to cut out more than we need. There's about six or so feet of this in this roll. So if I screw up, I can do it again. It's going to look cool. It'll be different. Yeah, nice. I'm going to put tape around here. It will help control the film when it's in the tank. It won't stick to the sides and whatnot. It'll be something I can touch to steer it into position. I want it perfectly centered or somewhat centered. So I'm going to put masking tape, a thin piece around the edge there, and that'll allow me to control it. Now this is the this brand is Dip Ape. I think the Gorilla guitar repair guy would like that. Right, Seth? This is the activator. Water in dipping container tank should be approximately 86 degrees for recommended temperature by film supplier. 86, I think that's about right. It'll activate the film, which doesn't take long. And you want it to, when it activates, you want it then to dissipate the fumes from this. So after placing film in water, allow it to soak and hydrate for 60 seconds. So it only takes a minute when you put this in. And when we put it in, we're going to take care not to get any air bubbles underneath. If we do get air bubbles, we can blow on it to blow the bubbles towards the edge and out. After film is soaked, hydrated, spray activator approximately 12 to 18 inches above film. Spray straight down. Spraying at an angle can distort the film image. So when you spray it, we're going to want to not be at an angle like that. We're going to want to be like that. And we're going to want to overlap 50%. And you will see quite quickly how it activates the film and turns shiny. Then it says, film only one wet coat of activator is necessary. Overlap approximately by 20%. Okay, well, if multiple passes of spray is necessary. Okay, film is ready to be dipped into once it has a glassy appearance or appears to have a liquefied state. Normally about 10 to 15 seconds. So once we get going, there's no hanging around and chewing the fat with your buddies. It's time to get to work. 10 to 15 seconds after activator is applied. Dip item into film approximately at 30-degree angle to avoid trapping air, causing air pockets, which will cause void spots in the print on object. Dip item in a continuous motion and go very slow. Once item is dipped, rinse item with clean, warm water until slimy residue is completely washed off. So I guess this is probably some gelatin sort of substrate. You don't want to get it wet or get any wet water on top of it when you apply it to the surface of the water either. That'll prevent the activator from activating the film properly. So you want the top to be dry and you want it to soak up from underneath. You don't want to get any drips or sprays or anything. Any defects, voids can be touched up by wetting small paintbrush or either activator or lacquer thinner, blah blah blah. Activator or lacquer thinner, and rub the brush on pieces of unused film, transferring ink from film onto brush. In other words, I guess you can activate this out of the tank, and if you need some black, you can take a small artist brush and scoop up some color and use it to, hopefully we won't have to do any of that. I don't like going back, and I'm hoping this will come out good the first time around. So, alright, let's get the water up to the proper temperature. I have water boiling on the stove to warm up my water from 72 degrees to 85. Hopefully, if it's too hot, then we'll need to wait for it to cool down. Okay, we're going to pour some hot boiling water in there. Well, try that much and see how we do. Should probably roll up my sleeve, eh? Turn it around a bit. Check the temperature. $80, $81. Okay, I think the rest of that pot should bring it up about where we want it. Also brings that at a nice depth as well. Oh yeah. Nice and warm. 85, 86 degrees, what did it say? '81, 85, 86. Okay, folks. Alright, I'm not quite ready to dip. Yeah, we got one more step to go. So we're going to cover this up. Keep it protected. And we're going to prepare our film. Okay, we have our roll of film here. And we're going to give ourselves a nice don't want to be too stingy with this stuff. They give you enough. When you dip it, you want to not run out. So we're probably going to make it a little narrower too. So I'm going to cut off a piece. Just make sure. I'm a little paranoid. I won't have enough here to cover. Okay. And we're going to put this right back in this little bag and set it aside. The part that sticks to your finger is the part that'll be facing down. So our dipping tank is 17 inches wide. I'm going to go a little smaller than that. We have to account for the tape as well. Okay, we're going to mark this at tank is 17. I think we will go with 16 3/4 of an inch. I don't know how many millimeters that is or whatever. Centimeters. Mark there. Mark over here. Doesn't have to be that precise. Here. Something with a straight line here. I'm just gonna draw that out. Make sure your hands are nice and dry. Don't want to get any moisture on this until we're ready to use it. I'm going to put some of my wife's freezer tape. She's going to be, hope she won't be mad at me. Her precious special freezer tape. Sorry, honey. Okay. Just put that on the side like that. Like that. Oh dear. Oh no. Be careful. Or pull off any of that image. Okay. Dodged a bullet on that. Okay. So okay. And the top, or the side, or whatever. Okay, folks. down. All right. Okay, we're going to do one last temperature check here. "85 degrees. That's about perfect. Okay. And we're going to take our guitar and make sure we blow off, or make sure it's free of dust or any contaminants. I see that there's a few floaters that floated in here. You know, there's not really a lot I can do about that. Now we need to put the film on the water. And this is the part that I've never done before. I'm a little nervous. Alright. Carefully lay film on top of the water without getting water on top of the film, allowing film to touch the water in the center first and slowly lowering the sides to touch will help keep trapped air bubbles from getting underneath. Now we have about 60 seconds before the next step, which will be after film is soaked and hydrated, activator approximately 12 to 18 inches above film, spray straight down. Spraying at an angle can distort the image, so you want it to be perpendicular with the surface of the water. Only one wet coat is necessary, overlap by 20%. If multiple passes of spray is necessary. One of the biggest mistakes is spraying too much activator. The film is ready to be dipped into once it has a glassy appearance or appears to have a liquefied state. Normally about 10 to 15 seconds after activator is applied, but wait no longer than 30 seconds as the activator will evaporate and the film will be lost. Alright, so it's just a start in the middle and work out on either side. Okay. So it's going to take about a minute. So here we go. Alright, lower that down in there. Slowly. Wrinkles. Sure check the length, but I think it'll be okay. Alright, that's not going to take long to hydrate it at all. You can see a little wrinkle here, like that. I don't like that situation there. Damn! Okay, I think we may have alleviated that. Hopefully. Okay, got that bubble out. Some sort of shear over there. So everything is laying flat. Some Okay, water got on there a little bit, but hopefully there won't be a thing. Okay. Okay. Alright, so it's been hydrating 60 seconds. Now it's time to activate. 12 to 18 inches. And 30 seconds after we activate, we dip. Oh boy, here we go. I'm going to test. Nice, even. Start off the piece. Okay, here we go, folks. $30. It's about like that. I'm going to hold it, fingers off the subject, steady myself. Okay, and here we go. Wish me luck. Slowly. Okay. What? Oh, a little spot over there I'm not thrilled about, but we're going to black burst it, so it should cover that up. That looks so cool. Look at that. We're gonna bring it over to the sink, and we're going to rinse it for a while with warm water. That is so cool. Wow. There's a little spot over there, but it's actually worked itself out a little bit. I'm going to be doing a burst anyway. In the end, it worked out. That looks pretty good for a first try. Wash this stuff off here. That's be a cool tattoo, huh? Just to use tepid water to rinse it. I think they use some sort of gelatin substrate. It dissolves in the water over the activator, and it feels like a gooey, slimy, a little slimy like gelatin. All right, get some hot water going here. I don't want it hot. Just lukewarm. Rinse it until the sliminess goes away. And make sure you test it on an area that's not going to be real good. All that residue off of there. Starting to feel slimy. We're going to let this dry. You don't want to touch it and disturb the image in any way. Put the sides here. shiny sides here. The water is just nice and warm, not hot. Maybe 90 degrees. Yeah, you don't want to blast it with a sharp. Then you just want to gently rinse. That feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. See, I could the image here. Oop, that's slimy. See if we can't. Let's see if we can't. Okay, want some slimeness. The slime. It's the slime. Sides. And quite slimy in the back too, and give the tape a little squirt. Doesn't want to bump it. That is so cool. Okay, let's zoom in on this. Get this all nice. Cool. I love the pattern. Poked around quite a while to try to find something I liked. There's a lot of cool things out available, including holographic designs. That looks pretty cool. Alright, we're going to set this aside and come back in a few hours. Today we're going to spray some clear on this, but before we do that, we're going to do a black burst around the edges. It's a cool pattern, but it's a little busy, and I think that the black burst will sort of tame that just a little bit. Not a thick one, you know, sort of a medium burst all the way around. All right, so we're going to do that next. Okay, we're going to mix up a little paint. We are using an automotive Omni Plus, this black. This is a base coat. It's not a. It's a base coat, and it's meant to have a clear sprayed over it. I'm gonna kind of go a little thin. This is Harbor Freight. I like these guns. They're great for doing bursts. Always filter your paint because you just never know. It's a little thin, but yeah, we're gonna go with it.